All right, a quick run through of the animation features that I've added. Just wait for this thing to pop in. And here we go. Okay, so there's two things you can do. You can do transform animation or you can do shape animation. Let's start with transform animation first. So go to the grab tool, so you can just like pick up the shape. I'm also just going to step this down a bit. So jump to lower, I'll turn on wireframe. So it's a reasonably low poly wireframe. And let's pop it on the ground plane, get this a bit smaller for me. And then I'm going to go to animation, make sure this is in transform mode. And you can do this in one of two ways. One is you can just puppeteer. So if I tap record and start to move around, ready, and go move around like that. And now that just captures the thing. So you've got a few things you can play with here. So you can change the capture rate. So if I clear this all and go down to a more sparse thing, say 10 frames a second, make sure it's still in transform, record, and record. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. So you can see this is steppy. I've only got linear animation turned on at the moment. I'll get Bezier working soon. You can also, if you're so inclined, do manual animation. So if I put this back at the origin, set a key over here. So this is transform and key. I'm going to turn on auto key as well. So I can go over here, move it there. You can see that puts in a key up to there, cross back to there, and then I'm going to copy the first key and paste it on the last key. And that should be a clean loop. Cool. Most of the basics should be here. So you can slide keys around. You can marquee select and move multiple keys at once. Some of the undo is working. I just discovered in the previous record that some of the undo is still broken. And you also get this transform tool, which is kind of cool. So if I select something and then deselect, so make sure that I choose it, and then I can drag through a box, and I can either scale from the center handle, or I can pivot to one side or the other side with these handles. This needs a bit of work, but it's not bad. It's getting there. So that's transform animation. I clear that all. What I can also do is I can do shape animation. So if I go back to the tools and go to move and then back to animation, I can make sure this is on shape keying now, and I set a key, move somewhere else, move it, set a key. Auto key isn't working for this yet. I just noticed that as well before, but you can do this kind of stuff. So just keep setting keys and that will play that back. So basics there. The other thing is I have updated the file format. So if you go, if you save it as an SXR now, so this is a sculptxr file, which now supports animation and a few other things, which I'm going to have to keep adding things to the file format. The other is you can also export GLB, and I've tested this and it does work inside Blender, which is pretty cool. So they're the basics. I'll keep playing with it. If you have ideas, let me know. The other nice thing to point out is for things that take a value now, you can tap on it and brings up a numeric thing. So rather than 2 seconds, let's make it 4 seconds. So yeah, it's all kind of sort of there. That lets you offset as well. Yep, it does. You can turn on and off animation tracks. Oh, you can't turn on and off animation tracks. Oh, you can. There you go. That's turned off. That's turned on. And I can delete the animation and it's frozen that state. Yeah. So that's all the kind of the basics. Have a play. Let me know what you think.